Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, a humble farmer walked through his fields. The land stretched far and wide, golden under the warmth of the sun, with wheat swaying gently in the wind. But there was a small, barren patch of soil where nothing seemed to grow. The villagers often whispered that it was too dry, too rocky, too hopeless. One day, as the farmer reached into his seed pouch, his fingers brushed against the smallest seed he had ever seen, a tiny mustard seed. It was so small that it barely seemed like it could do anything. The other seeds in his hand were bigger, stronger, and full of promise. But something inside him stirred. With a heart full of faith, he bent down and planted the tiny mustard seed in the most unlikely part of his field. Days turned into weeks, and the tiny seed lay hidden beneath the soil. The earth above it was dry, the sun was relentless, and the wind howled across the fields. At times, it seemed impossible for anything so small to survive, but deep within the ground, something was happening. At first, a tiny root pushed its way into the soil, searching for water. Then a fragile sprout stretched toward the sunlight. Though smaller than all the other plants around it, it refused to give up. The winds tried to bend it. The rain tried to drown it. The scorching heat threatened to wither it. But the little mustard seed stood firm, for it had been planted by faith. Seasons changed, and still the little mustard plant grew. Though it started as the smallest seed in the field, it did not remain small. Its roots grew deeper, its stem grew stronger, and its branches began to stretch toward the heavens. While other plants withered with the passing seasons, the mustard tree flourished. By the time a full year had passed, the tiny seed had become a mighty tree. Its branches spread wide, and its leaves provided cool shade to weary travelers. Birds from all around came to rest in its branches, building their nests among the sturdy limbs. The once barren patch of land had become a place of life, refuge, and blessing. The villagers who once doubted were now in awe. How could such a great tree come from something so small, they wondered. But the farmer smiled, for he knew the truth. Faith is like a mustard seed. It may start small, but when planted in the right place, it grows beyond imagination. This is the power of faith. No matter how small it may seem, true faith in God grows, strengthens, and transforms everything around it. Jesus once told his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds come and perch in its branches." Matthew 13:31-32. Faith doesn't have to start big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be planted. So, what is the mustard seed in your life? What small step of faith can you take today that will grow into something great?